journalist is here to see you.
About time. We need to get the word out, and this is just the way to do it. Send her in.
Yes, sir.
Ah, hello. Captain Lau.
I'm Mazzy, journalist.
Very well. Please, have a seat. Before we get started, would you like something?
Yes, a drink, please. It's been a long trip.
Linda,
Yes, sir?
fetch us some water?
Yes, water.
Some water.
Okay, Captain.
Okay, let's get started. I'm eager to get the word of what our rebellion is really about to the public.
As am I. I think that people deserve to hear all sides of the issue. So, the official name of the rebellion is what again?
It is the Mighty MEIT Rebellion.
And you are revolting why?
Well, there are many reasons for our rebellion.
Here is your water.
Ah, thank you, Linda. As I said, we are rebelling for several reasons. The main one is for representation. However, we are also fighting for freedom of religion and free trade.
Wow, so there are so many reasons which back your decision to rebel.
Yes, there are many things which Germany has done which have outraged us. For instance, they have attempted to take our culture away from us and institute their culture instead. That is another reason why we are rebelling. I'm hoping that our pride in our culture and background will unite us as one nation to rise up and free ourselves from Germany's oppressive rule.
I see. So are you relying on nationalism to unite you towards one cause?
Exactly. I knew you'd understand.
Well, I must admit, I didn't know that you'd be so eloquent and knowledgeable. The crown makes it seem as though you're dumb heathens, but in reality, you're very well spoken and know a lot.
Of course. They just want to pin the whole country against us.
It's true. They use any tactics they can to ensure that nobody follows us.
That is unfortunate. Do you think you'll be able to accomplish what you want, even with the crown slowing you down at every turn?
Well, I do think that we will be able to accomplish at least a few of the things.
Let me interrupt for a second. Just to make it clear for our audience, what are your goals exactly?
We want to force the crown to implement social, political, and economic change. As we stated before, we want religious freedom, representation, and free trade. However, if they are unwilling to grant us these things, then we will have to compete for freedom, our own country, separate from Germany.
It's good to hear that you know what you're at least fighting for, but how are you planning to accomplish these things?
The first thing that we have already done is to peacefully protest. Unfortunately, that hasn't seemed to do anything, so we will have to escalate our actions to a more violent degree.
And how exactly will you do that?
Many of our military plans are confidential since we don't want the government to know what we are going to do before we do it. However, I can tell you that we are going to stop some trains and caravans with government property. This is in an effort to protest for free trade.
And if that doesn't work?
We will have to escalate our efforts even further. This could mean attacking government buildings or even officials for the ultimate goal of independence.
I see. But do you think people will really follow these radical plans?
Definitely.
Why is that?
Because they are fighting against the same oppression which we are revolting to stop. They are the people who are forced to be Christians. They are the people who don't have a say in our government. They are the people who can't trade long distances without being heavily taxed by the Germans.
But how will you get the word out?
This interview should help with that. Also, our protests have attracted much attention, as you know, and we have multiplied our number of followers by 10. I'm confident that as we gain more power and show how we are able to fight against Germany, more and more citizens of MEIT will join our cause.
Sir, I just received word of an incoming caravan.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I must leave.
It's
Thank you for your time.
my pleasure.
Linda, please escort Mazzy out.
Yes, sir.
Ellie, let's go.